I look quite pretty.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, BBs. It's too early.
It is.
Welcome to the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
And I'm Saige Ryan.
And I'll tell you what, I've been finding snacks in my pockets all week, ever since Monday.
Now, on Monday on the show, you reached into your pocket and you thought you had candy and you were disappointed.
Yeah, because I didn't have any candy.
Uh-huh.
Right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought I had candy.
That's disappointing.
But then, yesterday, I reached into my pocket, I had a stroopwafel in there. I'm finding food in my pockets at all times now.
Yeah,
this morning, there was a little mini candy bar in there. I don't know how it got there. Normally, they only come from your place.
Yeah. Huh. You don't know where do you know where the stroopwafel came from?
I know where the stroopwafel came from.
Okay, that's good. I'd be worried if you didn't know where the stroopwafel came from.
No, a stroopwafel is
where I
very,
draw the line.
that's very specific.
Yeah.
Like, no, the stroopwafel I bought in the morning, the boy and I went out and we got coffee. Our producer, Dagger, who's right behind me. Producer Dagger and I went and got a coffee.
Uh-huh.
And I bought a stroopwafel and I was like, ooh, I'll have this when we get back to the house with my coffee. It'll be nice. Totally forgot about it.
Yeah, of course.
And then last night I reached into my pocket. I had a stroopwafel.
Congratulations, Anthony.
Now, the tiny candy bar, that's anybody's guess. Did I just miss it over the last couple days? Seems weird because I've really been combing my pockets for snacks.
He has been really searching for candy.
So, hard to say. But it's been great.
I'm so happy for you. Wow.
Thank you.
That's really excellent.
I just like it. A little something in my pockets.
Look, you love a treat.
I love a treat.
Who doesn't?
I saw, I retweeted this amazing tweet that I saw the other day that was just somebody that was like, if I have a bad week, I deserve a treat.
Yeah.
If I do well, I deserve a treat. I simply deserve a treat at all times.
Yeah. You either get it to make up for something being bad, or to reward for something being good, or because things are too neutral.
Mm-hmm.
If things are too neutral and boring, I need a treat to make them interesting.
Listen. Do I take medication that's supposed to get rid of this? Yes! But I also just want a treat all the time.
I don't.
You don't want to treat all the time, or you don't take the medication?
I don't take the medication. I encourage you all to take medication.
All of you, take random medication. Go to the medicine cabinet of wherever you are right now.
We can't say that, Anthony.
We cannot say that.
We cannot say that, and we do not mean it.
We would never. Big news. A lot of big news today.
There's a lot of big news today, but I have a place I want to start.
Okay.
So I want to start with an update to a story that we covered on Monday.
Oh. We are a news show.
Breaking news. Street Fighter.
Street Fighter?
That's it. We talked about Street Fighter 6. So we're going to start with the thing you put in here, Anthony.
Yeah.
Which is fucking astounding to me. We watched the trailer with you all for the new Street Fighter. And we had many commentary, but I think we were distracted.
We had many commentary, but here is what you need to know.
Nailed it. We were very distracted by how wide Ryu is, so I think there's a few things that we personally missed in this trailer that fortunately other people on the internet caught.
Now, I remember thinking when they showed the logo for Street Fighter 6, I remember thinking, that's different.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, that's kind of different. It had kind of like had a sports game vibe to it.
It definitely has a sports game vibe to it. Let's see if it works.
Uh-oh.
Mine might. Nope.
That's cool.
That's really cool. I don't know why mine isn't working.
I love this. This is definitely not a story that needs a visual element, so we're good.
I'm so glad that I chose to start here. Honestly, what a good day. I deserve a treat.
You deserve a treat for how good this day is. We'll figure this out.
I'm working on it.
We'll figure it all out. Maybe we go somewhere else first.
Oh, we're just turning?
Yeah, maybe we just while we're fixing that, while we're figuring it out, we just talk about something else.
Okay.
Give ourselves a minute.
All right.
Give ourselves a second.
Okay.
To get it fixed. Let's talk about Elden Ring.
Okay. Let's talk about Elden Ring. It's all we can talk about. It's all we can think about.
I love it.
It's almost time, everybody. You've got 2 days.
February 25th, this Friday, we're all going to be playing Elden Ring. And the review scores are in, baby. And let me tell you something. They're crushing.
Yeah?
Elden Ring is a 5 out of 5 or a 10 out of 10 just about everywhere.
Wow.
We've got VG247 with a 5 out of 5. We got Game Informer with a 10 out of 10. IGN with a 10 out of 10. GamesBeat with a 5 out of 5. Games Radar with a 5 out of 5. The Guardian with a 5 out of 5.
Holy shit.
GameSpot with a 10 out of 10. Destructoid 10 out of 10. I mean, this is... Yeah, our good pals at Easy Allies, friends of the show, 9.5.
Wow.
I know that Andy Cortez over at Kinda Funny, one of the real Spider Boys, one of the real good Spider Boys, was chatting about Elden Ring and says it's like the greatest thing he's ever played.
Wow.
Yeah.
Greatest thing he's ever played. I love these. That's so exciting. I think that it's always a little scary when a game reaches this level of hype.
You know, anytime it's this much across the board, I often wonder if it's like we've all just been waiting for this.
Right.
But people are saying wonderful things. I mean, one of the major things that people are talking about is accessibility and clarity, which are not two words you normally think of when you think of a From Software game, particularly when it comes to the Soulsborns.
Mm-hmm.
But this is definitely about that. People are saying there's an entire dungeon in the beginning that's very much like a tutorial dungeon.
Yeah.
But not in like a lame press A to do this, whatever, but in like we're gonna really show you all of the mechanics of this game, which Dark Souls does not normally do.
No.
And listen, there are some purists that are going to say like that kind of ruins the discovery of Dark Souls and blah, blah, blah. But I don't think that's true. I think anything that's like too obtuse in Dark Souls, we normally all just go to a Dark Souls site or a subreddit or a guide or something.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting that they are making this like, no, we want you to be able to play this. And then they said stylistically, it's very much the same, but very different. You know, obviously it's an open world, but they say that open world is also just like a joy to explore.
I'm so excited. This is going to be my first Souls game.
Oh, wow.
That's very, very
so
excited.
Good.
I think that, this is just the first time I've been on the wave of release. Obviously, Demon Souls came out, and I kind of like just missed that because I didn't plug in my PlayStation.
Why would you? You were waiting for Puzzle Bobble.
Exactly. I actually think it was just by the time I got my PlayStation 5, it was like nobody was playing Demon Souls.
Yeah.
I don't think that the Demon Souls phase lasted very long.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Cracked open a fresh new Demon Souls the other night.
In prep for Elden Ring. That makes sense.
I restarted another Demon Souls.
Hey, speaking of restart.
Yeah, we need to restart. Hopefully we won't go down.
Oh, we will.
Oh, okay.
We're going to have to restart the computer.
The whole computer? Hey.
Can you believe it?
Listen. I swear, if you go anywhere, we've got a list of everybody who's here right now, and I'm going to check it when we get back.
He's going to check it twice.
It's me, Tim Allen. We'll be right back.
Sorry, y'all. None of buttons work now?
None of buttons?
None
of buttons? What?
None of buttons work now. Most of buttons don't work now.
None of buttons work.
Most of buttons no work now.
No button work.
A couple buttons work.
Hey.
A couple of other buttons don't work.
Hey, producer Dagger, you're fucking fired.
Y'all. Fuck. That's what I've got. We have a temporary solution. Essentially, we're putting a Band-Aid on it for today because we wanted to be able to get back live. We wanted to come back and see. We wanted to finish the news. Maybe it's a short show. Maybe we just cover a couple of things and get on out of here because the computer doesn't want this to happen. It doesn't like it. What's up?
Just looking.
Just looking. Yeah. Yeah, just looking.
Just looking.
It's having a hard time seeing sources.
Sure. Hey, listen. We got news. We're going to jump right back into it.
And we do deserve a treat. Okay, I would like to pick back up.
Sure. We were talking about the Street Fighter logo.
We were talking about the Street Fighter logo, and we didn't get the opportunity to actually show it to you. So please, everyone, cross your fingers. There it is. Okay, so this was revealed in the trailer that we watched together on Monday, but being so distracted by the sheer width of Ryu, we didn't really take in how extremely fucking generic it is.
So on the left, you'll see the official Street Fighter 6 logo, and on the right, you're going to see a logo by an artist named X Cooley that is available to you on Adobe Stock.
Whoa!
You can just download that. Now, using a stock element to start a design is not unheard of.
Sure. It gets less likely as you get into larger company logos.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. The Street Fighter logo, classically, is such a strong logo.
It is.
The evolution of the Street Fighter logo is so good. So why would you... I understand wanting to try something new and different.
But man, they really said target minimalist.
Yeah, if you're going to try to start something new and different with one of your major properties, really put the time and effort into it.
And they certainly didn't.
Now, did they actually steal this logo? I think no.
No?
I don't think they stole this logo. If you look up like an octagonal logo like that, there are tons of examples. Like people were tweeting a ton of them. If you actually go to Auric Lawson's tweet here, people underneath it were showing different events and different things that have used that Street Fighter style logo. So here's one for a sci-fi convention that happens in
but I think they're all using that stock logo.
I don't know if they are. This is just people goofing.
Yeah.
But I think it's just like, here's another one. Like, that's clearly different, but it's similar. I think this is just I think it was just a lazy design.
I think it's too similar.
Well,
I think it's too similar to just be a lazy design. When I look at these two next to each other and the shape of the font and stuff, which, like, you know, if that was already the Street Fighter font and then they just put it in a hexagon and coincidentally that was the case, but, like, it's not their font. It's the same exact way that the F curves and the S curves. But I know that one is curved down more. I know that the line on the outside is thinner.
But also, if you look at the actual curves on the outside of the S, like the ligatures are actually curved. And if you had, like, it could be that they traced over it. But there's no soften filter.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I think I don't know if they downloaded this. I think it is a lazy ass fucking logo for sure.
I don't think there's any way that the design on the left was made having never seen the design on the right, is my point. I don't think that necessarily they just downloaded it and uploaded it, but I think they recreated the exact same logo intentionally.
Yeah, I think this is a very lazy, like, year one design school idea. Like, this is out there, and that's what I'm saying is, like, it's a familiar enough thing and it's a simplistic enough thing to where, yeah, they'd probably, if they had not seen this version of it, they had seen versions of it.
Right.
But either way,
it's really bad.
It's really bad, and it doesn't say Street Fighter to me.
It also does not say Street Fighter to me. Absolutely not. Especially when you take into consideration what we come from.
Yeah.
If they released the first game and the logos were boring like that, you'd probably never question it. But, like, what a sad evolution.
I'm hoping this is a placeholder. I'm hoping they change this. Even if it wasn't a placeholder, I'm hoping now they look at it as one.
I feel like now they will.
Street Fighter just has such an interesting history of, like, design and pushing design forward for UI, for fighting game UI. You think about all like the all the HUD elements and different designs that they've done throughout the years to communicate information. Right. They have a very good and strong design normally, and I think that's so weird.
It doesn't say fighting in the street to me.
No, it says, you know what it is? That is the boxing gym down the street that you get a class pass for.
It absolutely is.
You know?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, that is just a gym.
Also, does anyone think of Street Fighter as SF?
No.
Maybe people in the fighting community do, and I don't know. They're like, more colloquial with Street Fighter, but like, SF is not an abbreviation I am used to seeing for Street Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
So bold choices were made.
Yeah.
But Anthony.
But Saige.
One more bolder choice was made. Close your eyes.
Okay.
I'm going to talk to the BBs real quick. Hey, guys. All right, Anthony, open your eyes.
Is Ryu hanging? Is Ryu pulling a John Hamm?
So this is a screenshot from the trailer.
Is Ryu John Hammond in those pants?
The answer is yes. This is blown up because they believe that they can see, and they can. There's no arguing that. There's no like, is it?
Why Daddy Ryu in gray sweatpants?
Yeah. They gave Ryu a bulge, man.
They certainly know that there's a segment of their audience out there. That's what I'm going to say.
Like, this angle was not necessary, and they didn't do it for him. Just Ryu. Ryu's got a dick print.
Yeah. Well, Ryu, like we said, Ryu just hangs out under a waterfall. Here's the thing about Ryu. I don't think he does laundry very often.
No, I agree.
And I don't think he cares. And I think he's literally I think he shows up to this fight, like, literally just in the sweatpants. I think he's commando under there.
Wow. Yeah, it would seem like it.
He clearly looks like he is. I think new guy, who I think is related to Guile in some way. I think he shows up in proper fighting attire. He's got his underwear. He's got a cup.
Okay.
You know, he's
well
got
prepared.
Yeah. But Ryu, he's just like, I don't know, man. I live under a waterfall. The only person I talk to is Ken Masters.
Why did they spend so much more time designing Ryu's dick than they did the logo?
That's a valid question, Saige. Which one's more important to you?
It's the logo.
It's the logo.
It's the logo for me. I'm like, look, I love that this happened because I think this is very funny. If you gave me the option and you said, hey, we're making a Street Fighter, would you, and I was in like a focus group, they were like, do you think Ryu's like dick outline should be visible? I would have checked no.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to go, sometimes as an artist, you got to go with your gut, even though the audience feedback may say differently.
You think it came from the gut?
Came from somewhere. I
Won't
think.
happen again.
Wink. Counterpoint.
Okay.
After years and years of ladies just bouncing around
Okay.
in fighting games, is it time for a little man bounce? Now, you would say maybe remove all bounce. They don't need it. It doesn't need to be there.
Uh-huh.
Any bounce that isn't like natural, actual physics of a fighting game maybe doesn't need to be there. But at the same time, what about a little bounce? Make all things equal.
I'm fine with it. But again, if I was in the focus group and they were like, do you think Street Fighter should have titty bounce? I would be like, oh, no, thank you.
Yeah. Sure.
No, thank you in my fighting game.
No.
You know? So I feel neutral
but
on
they're
that.
They're not bringing that up to a focus
I
group.
will also clarify, because for some reason the fucking internet needs to hear this all the time. Boobs are not the equivalent of a dick. That's incorrect. Women's nipples are the equivalent of men's nipples. Okay? Genitals is genitals.
Hey, baby. This is what we say. Genitals is genitals.
It's constant. It's constant. Women show cleavage and men are like, well, what if I had my dick out? And it's like, what the fuck, man?
Why would you?
That's not the same level.
No, I own a V-neck. It's same. Listen, let's take it down a notch. And let's ask this question.
Okay.
How come all women in fighting game look like they take each boob and put it into an independent sack within the shirt? It's the comic book problem too.
Yeah.
Where it's like your shirt is made with like 2 pouches.
Yes.
And you put 1 boob in each pouch.
Right.
What's that about? How does that work, I wonder?
Well, you see, if you saw the leather suit, right? I'm picturing I'm picturing like a Black Widow suit from a comic book Black Widow.
Yeah.
Okay. You would see it is 1 clean piece of fabric up to here.
Yeah.
And then you would see 2 empty boob pouches.
2 pouches.
Because otherwise, they put us in such fucking tight clothing. Where the hell would they go?
Yeah. I'm thinking particularly of like late 90s, early 2000s Catwoman where it's like 2 socks.
Nonsensical.
Yeah.
It's
2 socks.
Nonsensical. It's absolute bullshit. It's not real.
It's not real?
Anthony, I'm so sorry to tell you this. Not real.
What part of it?
All of it.
Boobs?
Not real.
This whole time?
Yeah.
It's the greatest trick the devil ever pulled. Anyway, you can see Ryu's dick in Street Fighter 6.
And it's significant.
And its significance.
It's just they put a lot of thought into the thickness, you know?
Yeah, well, he's wide all over.
He's wide.
He's wide all over. So they needed a wide penis to match the rest of his body. That's just genetics. Science will tell you the wider your shoulders are, the wider your penis is.
Okay, we got to move on. You know what? We've hit the point where we got to move on.
Very big hardware news, and not Ryu. In other very big hardware news, we got a first look at the PlayStation VR headset.
It looks a lot like the Oculus. It also looks like all VR, except for, obviously it has the PSVR kind of controllers.
Yeah. It's got the PlayStation Sense controllers.
Yep.
The big deal with it, I mean, obviously it's got the inside out sensing now.
Yes. I'm very intrigued by that head strap.
Yeah.
That's a big, thick
That's a Ryu size head strap. Good night, everybody.
Good thing we're doing a short show today.
It's a good thing I'm all of a sudden in an episode of Animaniacs.
But really, though, like, it looks very strange to have that much head strap going on.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it wouldn't provide, like, good support that would distribute the weight well. I think that it would.
Yeah.
But also, having that much, like, plastic around on your head might give me a headache.
Maybe, because, yeah, it looks like it goes here on the top and here on the back, which I think for weight distribution, thinking about all the VR headsets I've worn is good.
Mm-hmm.
They say that overall it's lighter than the PSVR 1.
Mm-hmm.
There's a vent design that they say for the headset. So that's sort of what you're seeing in the front is like, instead of it all being like one giant strap connected to the headset, what you're seeing is what they call the vented design. So supposedly it gives your face more room to breathe. Something that's interesting though is they don't show somebody in the headset in this.
They don't.
Which is kind of interesting. They're waiting on that. They've got an adjustable scope that places the scope area closer or further from the face. And placement of the stereo headphone jack is the same. So it looks like you're still bringing your own. You can still bring your own audio, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like it's got a lot of cushion in it. It looks like, particularly in the area that sets into your eyes, it's got that kind of like accordion-esque like layers of cushioning that would squish in when you get it on.
Yeah. It also apparently has haptics inside of it, like motors and things. So you're going to get force feedback through the headset now.
Do you want brain rumbles?
I mean, there are millionaire ASMR channels that will tell you people want brain rumbles.
Do you personally want these brain rumbles? Do you want haptic feedback in your head?
I think I'll give it a shot, but I think over time it will have to be subtle because I think over time that can give you a headache for sure. And VR can already give you a headache.
Right. VR does give me a headache. You were there the first time I put on a VR headset.
You were getting a headache, but you wouldn't take it off.
Because I was in a Star Wars.
I know. I was like, if you don't feel like, if you're getting a headache, you can take it off. You can take a break. You're like, no.
I was like getting nauseous and getting a headache. I was getting like a full out migraine, but I was in a Star War, Anthony. I did it. I was in a Star War.
It was in a Star War, and it was lovely. So yeah, they have the 4K HDR display inside, which they previously announced, which is going to give a very good resolution per eye. And then the VR2 Sense technology, you get headset feedback and the Sense controller. And this is a big one if you own the first PSVR, single cable.
That's nice.
That's huge.
Yeah.
My PSVR has a breakout box.
No.
Yeah, it's like original Vive style where it's got a breakout box with like multiple HDMI and like pass-through components and stuff.
I hate that. I hate that so much.
We still don't know when it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
We still don't know how much it's going to cost. We don't know what it looks like on somebody's head.
I think it's, coming around to the time where typically there would be in-person conventions, and sometime in the near future, people would be getting their hands on it. But Lord knows we're not passing around VR headsets at conventions right now. I
can't wait until things go back to normal. We're at a convention, you try VR, you lick the headset, you hand it to the next person. And then they lick the headset, they put it on, they try VR, because you want to get that good seal around your eyes.
Awful. Bad noise. Yeah, can't wait for that. One of these days.
One of these days. Somebody's asking if it's going to be compatible with PS4 and 5. No, just the 5.
Yeah.
If you want VR on the PS4, you're going to use the PSVR 1. But I'll tell you what. I think by the time we see this headset, supply chains will have to be normal enough to where you'll be able to get a PS5 if you want one.
Agreed.
And I think PS4 VR is going to be not phased out. Like, people will still be able to make things for it, but I don't think developers will at that point.
Yeah, I mean, we're 2 years into next gen.
Hey, we're 2 years into the next gen.
And we're not getting this for...
What are your 5-year next gen goals?
But you know what I mean? Like, we're not getting this. What do you think? Holiday 2023 or 2024?
I think they want to put it out holiday this year.
This year? 22? No.
Yeah, I think they want to put it out holiday this year, but I don't think we'll see it till middle or end of next year.
Yeah, I'm guessing 2023. I would be very impressed if they got it out in 2022.
Yeah.
But again, then we would run into still that scenario where like people still aren't super able to get their hands on it.
Yeah, it would be it'd be tough right now for them to make their numbers. But here's the thing, it's a long game.
Yep.
So they don't mind if first-year sales are a little low because console attachment rate is a little low.
Right.
If they know that that's going to go up over time.
Right.
So I think it's kind of like we could release it and let it be a slow burn, and as people buy the console, they'll also buy the VR.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're probably also thinking that anybody that's got a PS5 right now really wants one.
Yes.
So those people will probably buy a VR and kind of work as their own marketing for it. I think that's probably built into it too.
Suicidal Panda in the live studio audience said, wait, when did y'all finally get matching pop filters?
We've taken things to the next step.
Y'all, we said in 2022 we wanted to upgrade the show. This is that.
This is the full upgrade.
That's it.
Hey, do the buttons work?
No.
Can we get video feeds from the computers?
No.
How those pop filters look, though.
So good.
So good.
That's how we're going to introduce the show now. We should do it like a Wonder Twins thing, where you're like, this is the first best early morning shit on the internet. I'm Anthony Carboni, right?
Yeah,
you put your arm out, and I go, and I'm Saige Ryan.
And then we fly away.
And it is too early.
Give us a pop. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
It's implosive. All right.
Look at that.
Hopefully very good. If it isn't, don't tell us.
Peter
These are
Parker
expensive.
Talks in peaks and plosives.
Nice. In other games news, the game that doesn't matter anymore, Call of Duty has some news that has come out alongside of it. They have been releasing Call of Duty games every year for so fucking long.
Almost 20 years.
So fucking long. And
it turned yearly, and we lost. Remember when we lost Treyarch to the Call of Duty mines?
Yep.
Remember when Treyarch was making like cool, weird games, and then we lost them to the Call of Duty mines? Bless you. Bless
That's
you.
a you, Activision. The Call of Duty 2023 release has been officially delayed into the following year. So 2023 will be the first year without a Call of Duty in a very long time. And I say, fuck yeah.
May it really and truly only be the first.
May it truly only be the first of many. Do you think that it has anything to do with Activision being awful and being caught being awful?
What a great question, Saige. I had not heard anything about Activision being awful. Let me look that up. Oh yeah,
Probably
no, yeah,
related.
they're really awful.
That probably slowed things down a little bit.
Turns out they're it says here, the worst fucking company run by the worst fucking garbage people in the world.
It does say that.
That's so weird, and that's, you know what?
Thank you, Google.
That's actually Google, so that's real.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the combination of the acquisition and all of the legal things that they've gotten into are probably related to the push.
Yeah, they said that they made the decision after a recent entry in the series failed to meet expectations. Wonder which. Leading them to believe that Call of Duty's current annual cadence of releases is too rapid. No shit. No shit. Turns out we don't need one of these every year.
And like the fact that they hadn't realized that up to this point, but here's what I actually think. Obviously, Vanguard, people fucking hated. People who were still going to play Activision games because they didn't care that it was a garbage company because they don't care about marginalized humans.
They don't care about society.
They were still willing to play Activision games, still didn't like it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I also do hope that we get to know there was significant enough player drop off because of Activision's actions that they were like, we're not making another game next year.
Let's pull back. People don't want anything from us right now. We're going to lose money. Let's lay low. I mean, that's a smart decision business-wise. I hope they also make good decisions in terms of not being shitbirds anymore.
Now, I hope the company comes to an end.
Now, they say that this decision is unrelated to the Microsoft purchase of them, which, as we know, is going through regulatory commissions right now.
Yep.
And that the 2022 Call of Duty, don't worry, it's still coming. Whatever 2022 Call of Duty is, we're going to have it. It's just 2023. So, I mean, Call of Duty is now your new toilet paper, and I don't just mean that in the normal way. I mean it in like the pandemic way. Stock up on all the Call of Duty you can now.
Don't. Actually,
if you're a Call of Duty, like get all that Call of Duty now.
Don't be a Call of Duty person.
Because there's not going to be any Call of Duty later.
Don't be a Call of Duty person.
Don't be a Call of Duty.
Someone said, but what about the artists? It's almost like there's other games. Huh. Wow.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the only place for artists is Activision.
Yeah.
It's such a bummer.
It's a shame that that the only place for artists to thrive is at a company that treats them horribly.
Where they've been thriving.
Where they've just been thriving and just doing just great time, having great days. Here's the thing, the delay of that game doesn't mean they're not still working on it. The people who are there are there. The people who have their jobs have their jobs. If I worked at Activision, I would probably be looking to not work at Activision anymore.
As I assume most of the people are. And that's coming from a white man. So imagine anyone else's experience.
Yeah.
You know.
That's
that. There was one other piece, though, of Call of Duty news, which is them just being cringe as hell.
Now, I can't verify this.
Okay.
I cannot speak to the veracity of this. This was on r/cringe, and it looks to be legitimate, but I have not seen this ad, and I have not come across anything like this on my feed.
Which, there's a bunch of different ads that pop up. Highly likely you just won't get one. So
right, but I also looked for Call of Duty Mobile. Like, I couldn't find any evidence of this being an actual ad, but let's take a look at this potential ad for Call of Duty Mobile on
So
TikTok.
this very much could be edited, but that little, pop up in the bottom corner is what typically it would look like.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Mobile Dance Tutorial.
Oh, God.
Call of Duty Mobile Dance Tutorial.
Guys. What would it take, Anthony?
For me to do that?
For us to learn it.
For us to
Post
learn
it on TikTok.
Probably not much.
What do we think?
Probably not much. I don't know.
Do you hit the donation goal?
Yeah. Yeah, if we hit that donation goal, we'll do it. We'll do it. Look. Like I said, I don't know if that's official. I hope it isn't. There's something about the way the apartment looks, the way the guy is dressed, his
commercial demeanor.
His commercial demeanor the entire time that makes it feel very real. If it could be a parody, and it might be a parody, but it's a good one. Can you pay for us not to do it? Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I think we're only like $12.
We're like $60 away. Yeah.
Wait, no. Oh, $6.40. Okay, yeah, I misread that. I read that as 84.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there were too many numbers in front of me, and I saw the 82 after, and I was like 50, 18, or 16.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, we're close.
Very close. Question is it going up? Is it working?
I don't know.
Is anything working?
It might. Yeah, it just went up. In additional big game business news, 2K has secured a very big license for kind of a surprising thing.
Okay. No, I don't need new glasses. I have dyscalculia.
2K has acquired the Lego license for a range of sports games. 2K presents Lego Sports blank.
I actually think that makes a lot of sense.
Me
I
too.
think Lego sports games sound super cute. I'm not a sports game player, but I do think that's very cute.
Yeah. I think that's a great... Listen, ever since EA swallowed up every fucking sports game.
Yeah.
There's been a lack of creative sports titles.
Right.
You know, you've got Nintendo who puts out their Mario sports stuff.
Mm-hmm. Which is the most appealing to me.
Yeah, but
sports game. I don't want a realistic sports game.
But other than that, it's like, what do you get? Sometimes EA is like, what about MLB The Show? And it's like, I guess it's kind of sillier than your regular MLB game.
Yeah.
But so what? Like, I just want something really. I just want fun, weird, arcadey sports games back.
Right.
You know, it looks like the games are going to be developed by Sumo Digital. Sumo Digital, of course, made Sackboy.
Oh, interesting.
They made Hot Shot Racing. They made Hot Shot. I believe they made Hot Shots Golf. No. They made Snooker. They made WST Snooker. You know that's your favorite game. You love snooker. Saige is a 65-year-old British man.
No.
Don't tell him.
Stop. I got him with my pigtails and my fake boobs.
Well, all boobs are made
the
up.
Figments.
They also made Sonic Team Racing. They didn't make Sonic Team Racing Transformed. They made Crackdown. They work on a lot of stuff. They made that very good Snake Pass game for the Switch.
Okay.
Remember Snake Pass?
Yeah.
They also work a little bit on the Hitman stuff. So they're good. We like Sumo Digital. I think these could be very interesting games. It's going to be 2K's Lego Sports line is going to kick off with a soccer game.
Oh, that's cute.
Developed by Sumo.
Because they move their legs.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is, I look at this and I go, hey, Lego, we're kind of waiting on another game.
What's going on with that one game?
What's going on with the Star Wars Lego game?
Now, did they tell us it was finally in May?
Yeah, we got that big delay on it. That one more final big delay. That it's been years.
Listen.
Years of delays.
They've been working on that Lego game.
So I hope it's very good. I'm just looking forward to that very much.
Now, of course, that's going to be Traveler's Tales.
Yes, of course.
So
obviously a different team on it.
Yeah, one shouldn't affect the other, but
it shouldn't. But I
know that's the one we really want.
But hey, Lego.
So it's going to kick off with the soccer game by Sumo Digital, and then it's going to be followed with an open world racing game.
Fascinating.
Lego Forza, which is going to be made by Visual Concepts. That's kind of interesting.
Okay, I'm into it. Expand the Lego games. Lego games are excellent. They're a ton of fun. Also, we hit the goal.
Hey!
We really should have set that bar higher.
Oh, did we say the goal? We meant the going all the way up to 1,000.
Honestly, you nailed that, bud.
Thanks, man. Visual Concepts, who's making the open world racing game, has mainly been making NBA 2K games. So the racing game is going to be kind of a departure from them.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of interesting that they went with Visual Concepts to do the racing game and the company that's done racing games to do the soccer game. I don't know.
That is odd.
It's a little odd, but I'm sure it's going to be good.
Yeah. Everybody gets to switch it up.
Now, this is kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Sources have told Video Games Chronicle that this is kind of an interesting announcement because TT Games, Traveler's Tales, have been in the Lego minds forever. They're the ones that make the Lego games.
Yeah.
Apparently, this deal is the first sign that Lego does not intend to extend the terms of its exclusivity with TT Games.
Interesting.
Apparently, Lego is not happy about how long this Skywalker game is taking.
It is taking a while, so that's understandable. Obviously, though, they've been making excellent Lego games for many years, so that's tough. I mean, it doesn't mean that there's not going to be games for TT Games. It's just not an exclusivity, and that does open up the range of the kind of games they can make.
Mm-hmm.
One game studio can't cover every genre of games, and Lego, as like a baseline concept, can.
Yeah, and I think it also has to do with some larger business things, too. Like, obviously, Traveler's Tales is under the Warner Interactive banner,
right?
Which means, like, that's why when Lego Dimensions came out, all of a sudden it was like DC characters and Harry Potter characters, and all of that stuff was easy to do because they had those Warner licenses. Warner has recently moved, or Lego has recently moved their movie license from Warner to Universal. So any Lego movies that come out in the future are going to be with Universal, which means maybe they're like, we want to keep it all under one big family.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. Very interesting. Y'all, I want to talk about some good news.
Let's talk about some good news.
We're going to jump to business.
Good business news?
Yeah.
Okay. Seems weird.
The Apple employees are unionizing.
Yeah, they are.
The Apple employees are unionizing. Is it bad news that it's going to be so difficult for them? Yes, but the Apple employees are unionizing.
Look.
In this house, we love a union.
We love a union, and here's the thing about Apple. I lived in San Francisco for years. I have a lot of friends that work at Apple. Apple pays well. They do.
Mm-hmm.
But they have that Silicon Valley tech mindset that's, if you work here, it's because you don't want to be anywhere but here all day, every day. You believe in this more than you believe in anything else. And hey, no. Hey, companies, no.
Mm-hmm.
We have other things we want to do with our lives. You cannot steal our entire physical life from us.
So part of this has been kind of building up since they fired an employee named Ashley Jovic. It's
probably like Jovic. Yeah.
Jovic. I'm having trouble pronouncing the name, but who had made claims of sexual harassment, environmental concerns, and surveillance at the company. Mm-hmm. They said it has internal culture of surveillance, intimidation, and alienation. Employees are closely monitored and our data hoarded in the name of secrecy and quality.
Look, that comes straight from the Steve Jobs era.
Mm-hmm.
That's the culture of Apple.
Right.
Everything is, we need to know everything you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is complete security, secrecy. If you fuck up anything, we will know, and we are going to hurt you for it.
So, in order to get this union off the ground, one of the really interesting parts of this is that employees have taken to using Android phones so that they can guarantee Apple is not surveilling them.
I love this.
I also love this. I hate that they have to do it.
No, but they just went out and bought Android phones, and now Apple can't see what they're doing.
Right.
I think that's absolutely hilarious.
Again, I don't think that they should have to, and there's not actually any confirmation as to how much Apple surveils their employees, but
it's a lot.
It sure does seem like a lot.
It's a lot. You get like a special Apple employee phone, and like it's just like anything else where, at a baseline, if you're given a corporate phone, and this is why, hey, if you work somewhere and they give you a phone, and they say that that's part of your cool job perks, get a second phone.
Yeah.
Do all of your stuff on your phone. Turn off the company phone when you're done with work at the end of the day, and don't do anything but work stuff on that phone.
Oh, yeah, I left it in my desk.
Yeah.
I don't take that home with me.
At the minimum, they're reading your email, reading your messages, reading everything.
Yes.
At the minimum. At the maximum, they're like, hey, where's my employee right now? Beep, boop, bop, boop, beep.
Anthony, when I worked for the big corporation, big soulless monstrosity, I was given a phone.
First of all, congrats.
Thank you. And the phone number had been like, recycled like phone numbers get. And as soon as I powered on for the first time, I was in a group chat. Immediately, I started getting text messages from a men's church organizing group.
Oh.
They were a real boys group that organized for the church. And they would organize little meetings and like events and activities that they would go to together.
And now you hang out with them every Sunday and you go to mass.
And they never figured out over the course of the year that I had that phone that I was not supposed to be in it. And occasionally I would just respond and be like, sounds great, guys. Can't wait. And I don't know who they thought I was and who wasn't getting the message. But it was a good time. I loved keeping up with them. I did. They were in another state. I think they were in like Philadelphia.
Just running 15 minutes behind.
Yeah. They were out in Philly, and I would just be like, oh, that's the plan for this week, guys? No way. You sure? Okay.
You sure? Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right. I heard God hates that.
I'll see you at the barbecue, Greg. Don't you worry.
We're seeing more and more companies, more and more employees trying to unionize, and it's a huge, huge deal. And it's legal. It's legal in the United States. You're allowed to unionize, and companies are not allowed to union bust.
Correct.
And over the next few years, we're going to see all of the things that these companies are doing to keep people from unionizing, and it's gonna be gross. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that is all I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
In more business news,
okay,
Square's a little sad.
Oh, they are a little sad.
Square's a little sad. SquareEnix is a little sad right now. Guardians of the Galaxy didn't meet their sales expectations.
It's almost like they should have made a more appealing game.
Well, and here's the thing. Everybody who plays Guardians says that it's wonderful. It was on a lot of best of the year lists.
But that's why I said an appealing game.
Yeah, but there are two things that were wrong with Guardians, I think, when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Two major things that hurt Guardians. Number one was Marvel's Avengers. There was a lot of people who were like,
already disappointed, having spent a bunch of money on Avengers, didn't like it, didn't want to walk that road again.
And number two, just a terrible marketing and advertising campaign in the beginning. You remember those first gameplay demos we saw? They looked generic and terrible.
Yep.
The first trailer was just like, you're Star-Lord and only Star-Lord. And we were like, well, that's not what I want to do.
But that is what it ended up being.
But that's what it is.
Yeah, it is still just playing as Star-Lord. I think that was one of the big places they went wrong.
That was huge. They marketed it as the Star-Lord game that looked generic as hell.
Meanwhile, people have not only come to dislike Chris Pratt, but Star-Lord as a character. If you're a fan of the MCU, Star-Lord as a character is not our favorite right now.
It's hugely transparent the moment they released that trailer that they were going to release story content where you play as the other characters as DLC. You could tell that was their plan. You could see it from the beginning. And I think a lot of us went, well, I'll buy it if and when they release that DLC.
Right. Hit me up when you've got Gamora. Hit me up when I can run around as Rocket.
Yeah. Whenever the Game of the Year edition comes out,
and I can be Drax,
and I can be everybody, and I have all the story content, and I pay one price. Let me know.
Yep.
But they were just like, what if you played this incredibly generic looking game?
Yeah.
As incredibly generic looking guy.
And I've heard that it is very good. I didn't end up picking it up for that reason though. So that's why I say they didn't make a very appealing game. is they didn't make something that could I looked at and was like, that's gonna make up for what happened with Avengers. And they didn't make something that like fulfilled a cool like superhero fantasy for me.
Yeah.
That makes me want to play these kind of games.
I think we wanted a little bit more from it, and I think what we're moving towards is honestly a Sony Marvel universe of video games. I think when this Square contract is up, I think Marvel is going to move all of their AAA stuff predominantly to in-house studios at Sony.
Interesting.
You've got the incredible success of Spider-Man
and Miles Morales. Now, here's the thing though, is Marvel has been very reluctant. I mean, the deal with Sony is so inconsistent and so like strained a lot of the time that I don't know if that's the case. I mean, like the fight over Spider-Man has been exhausting.
But that's on the studio side.
Right. That's your cup.
Yep.
I'm just going to take it.
You have to remember these companies, these divisions, they all operate as different companies. They all operate as different companies that report to one mothership, and the mothership doesn't care. The mothership goes, okay, that's a fucking pain point over there in movies.
Right.
But this game prints money. Right?
That's fair, but the movies are a big fucking deal for Marvel.
The movies are a big deal for Marvel, and things may get so strained that they say, well, we're going to take games away from PlayStation, but I don't see them doing that. They just announced Wolverine.
Right.
I think we're heading towards AAA games being made through Sony Studios, and I think one of the big things that's going to help that is Sony's kind of declaration lately that they want to bring more things to PC.
Yeah.
Right? Because then if you sign a deal with Sony to make Marvel games,
you're not just making PlayStation games.
You can put it out on the PC. And then they can also listen, a lot of these deals have carve-outs on the side for mobile stuff. You can go with whoever you want for mobile. A lot of these deals have carve-outs for like, yeah, if you want to put out a little Switch game, as long as it isn't the same as these games.
Yeah.
Right? So you can go to Nintendo with like a more upscaled version of your mobile game or a more in-depth version of your mobile game. I think the thing that's going to decide whether that happens or not is how well Midnight Suns does. If Midnight Suns does really well and Firaxis like crushes it, I think it's going to be like, okay, we need to keep multiple channels open.
Right.
But if Midnight Suns doesn't do well, they're going to go all in on Sony.
Yeah, I get that. I could see it. Anthony, we don't have a lot of time left. The button's not working so good.
Yeah.
What would you still like to talk about?
Mouthful.
All right.
Kirby mouth.
Let's talk about Kirby mouth.
Kirby mouth.
There's like a couple little things in there that I want to touch on. So we'll get to those.
Joseph Tompkins, who is a Game Boy modder and 3D artist, created this little protective case for your Game Boy Color that protects the cartridge slot and the screen, that does Kirby Mouthful mode.
Yes. It's so cute.
They're not for sale yet. There's one prototype that's up that somebody 3D printed, and I think the plan is that Joseph is going to make these available, so follow him for that. It's so freaking adorable.
That's so cute. I don't even have a Game Boy Color, and I want one.
Yeah, right? It's so good.
I'm going to buy one for Kaylee's Game Boy Color.
Let's live vicariously through Kaylee's Game Boy Color. I did that too. I brought her a Game Boy cartridge that has all the Game Boy games on it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, now you have all the Game Boy. Your Game Boy must be good for all of us.
Yes. Yeah, I got Kaylee a Game Boy Color for Christmas. And I think that it needs a slipcover.
Poor thing probably hasn't even had time to play it.
You had to play it on a plane once.
Hell yeah. And then, talking about things that look like other things that are cute Nintendo-y things, let's talk about a Pokemon travel show that's coming to Japanese TV.
Hello, Kotaku? I wish you would not.
Yeah, they're gonna, though.
Hello, Kotaku?
Yeah, they did it.
Okay, there it goes. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this April, there's a Pokemon variety show coming to television in Japan called Pokédoko Pokemon no Doko Iku, which means, where's Poke? Where are you going with Pokemon?
Where is it? What did you do with him?
Where's Poke? And basically, this is celebrities are gonna visit Pokemon fans. They're gonna go on Pokemon-related trips. They're going to talk about how the regions in Pokemon are based on real places in Japan and what that's like. It's going to be very cute. Brian Ashcraft, who wrote this for Kotaku, he's been Kotaku's Japan editor for a really long time, was talking about how this reminds him in Japan, like the kindergarten buses for a lot of schools are shaped like Pikachu. All of the buses are shaped like something because only kindergartners take the bus in Japan. Once you hit first grade, you walk to school.
Do the kindergartners get a little Pikachu bus?
They get a little Pikachu bus, or they get a little. Ashcraft was talking about how his kid was in a choo-choo train bus. When I was staying in Daikanyama, the Daikanyama kindergarten bus is a cartoon Shiba, little Shiba bus.
A she-bus.
A she-bus. It's very cute. It's very cute.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I redo kindergarten in Japan? Same.
Please.
Big same. I would like that very, very much. Something I found really, really interesting is...
This wigged me out.
So I didn't know Arthur was still on the air.
Yeah.
I didn't know that the children's animated series Arthur was still going. I remember it from when I was a kid. Apparently, it's been happening this whole fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
And the Arthur finale happened this week as the show has finally come to a close after 25 years on air.
Wow.
That's fucking wild.
That's a long time.
But what's wild is they showed them all grown up.
Yeah, it ends with an anime time skip. That's the full episode.
Yeah, I'm going to skip around. I'm going to look for just them as adults.
I think, yeah, there it is.
Look at them as adults.
Arthur can't grow facial hair well. That rabbit's got something going on with its hair.
Losing it.
DW's a fucking cop.
DW's a cop.
I think they have a photo of it in the article.
How did they go from that's not going to stop me, I don't know how to read, to DW being a cop? She probably still can't read.
She probably still can't read.
Hey, welcome in, Raiders.
What's up?
Travis McElroy, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome in, friends. If it's your first time here, welcome to It's Too Early. We're going over a little bit of gaming and pop culture news. Right now, we are discussing the 25-year conclusion.
Play it forward gaming in the live studio audience says, I don't need a warrant. I don't know how to read. My warrant says I don't have to knock.
They don't have a photo in the article of DW as a cop.
Oh my God, it's obnoxious.
I'm just Googling DW cop.
Yeah, DW became a cop. Look at this.
No! DW, no!
That's the ending? That's the ending?
What's Arthur up to? Any idea?
He draws comic books.
Oh.
Yeah. He draws graphic novels.
Okay, that's pretty cute.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Okay, so it says nearly all of the residents of Elmwood City were allowed to peek into their futures, with Arthur now sporting facial hair, becoming a graphic novelist. Based on a series of books by Mark Brown, Arthur is always a sweet core message. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. I thought it was going to be more about his graphic novels, but it wasn't. I want to know what Balding Bunny's up to.
Balding Bunny.
I mean, look, they gave him, it was sparse.
Yeah.
They gave him a couple hairs
Muffy
and it was sparse.
Muffy is running for mayor of Elwood.
Okay, that makes sense.
Francine is the CEO of a company that makes sneakers. And then Buster is now a teacher.
Okay. The hair makes sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that all makes sense. And DW's a fucking cop.
DW's a fucking cop.
Damn.
That's a bad ending.
That's a rough ending.
That's a rough ending for
It's a rough
Arthur.
thing to lead up 25 years to.
Go to the... Yeah.
Now, while we're talking about just some weird niche news, I also want to show you the first photo of Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al. The first official photo, because we did have those leaks over the weekend. They're a ways back now.
This is, of course, a movie for the Roku channel, which every time I read that in an article about the Weird Al movie, I go, fuck, there's a Roku channel.
So I have a theory on this, and I'm going to tell it to you while we look at this. So looking pretty good.
Looking pretty good. Here's the problem. Radcliffe is still a little ripped from his last movie. And you can see it in his forearm. He's still a little ripped from his last movie, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's all right.
He's got a bit of vein going on. So here's my theory on the Weird Al biopic. And this is based on, one, my very in-depth knowledge of Weird Al. Truly, to my core, I have way too much information about Weird Al.
You are a bit encyclopedic about it.
I'm pretty encyclopedic about Weird Al because I was really, really into Weird Al as a kid. Two, based off of his posts on social media and the way that he's been speaking about it. So, based off of two things, I have come to the conclusion that I think it is a completely parody biopic.
Absolutely.
I do not think in any way it is an actual Weird Al story.
No.
I think that it is going to be entirely bullshit.
It's gonna be super fake.
I think it's going to be Walk Hard.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think so.
The name, I think that's the name of it, right?
Yeah, the Dewey Cox thing.
Yeah.
I think absolutely it's gonna be a dramatized and parodic version of him telling his own story.
I picture, like, for instance, I went to a lot of Weird Al concerts as a kid because he played a local, like, amphitheater near me, very cheap, every single year.
Wow.
So it was just like, yeah, sure. He would play at the Orange County Fairgrounds every single year. And I went every year for many years. And they would always play these like fake interviews that he did with celebrities at his concerts. So it would be like they would take footage of a Weird Al saying bullshit in between an actual Eminem interview. And they'd cut him in instead of, like, I don't know.
Dude, that Eminem one is legendary. Yeah. And Eminem is still mad about it.
Correct.
Eminem is still angry about it.
Right. I know. Funny or Die also did like a trailer for a mockumentary for Weird Al.
But that's what I think. I think they did this trailer for a mockumentary, and I think that's the project that's probably been bubbling around and passed around Hollywood for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And I think what we're seeing is that project coming to light.
Yeah. Classic Al TV clips. Yes.
Yeah, Al TV is so good.
So good. And the same way that the Weird Al show was a parody of a kid's show. Which I didn't know that. I watched the hell out of it as a kid.
Hey, listen. If you watch it and you're a kid, it's a kid's show. That's no longer a parody.
I loved it so much.
If I had a kid right now, my kid would just be watching John Mulaney and the Sack Lunch Bunch.
That's fair. The theme song for the Weird Al show, still stuck in my head.
It's so good. I think you're right. I think this is going to be kind of like a fun, like mid-budget. Because here's the other thing about Daniel Radcliffe. He only takes weird shit now.
Yeah.
He likes to do weird, interesting, fun shit.
I mean, he has Harry Potter money forever.
Forever.
It's not for money. It's not for like, oh, I want people to know who I am. You're Daniel Radcliffe. You're Harry Potter. Like, sorry.
You're Daniel Radcliffe. You can pretty much do whatever you want. And you do Miracle Makers on TBS, which is a hilarious and very good and unique show. But it's not a huge hit. They knew it wouldn't be a huge hit. He just thought it was the coolest project to take.
Yeah.
What is it? Fucking Guns Akimbo? You ever watched Guns Akimbo?
No.
It's Guns Akimbo is a movie where he wakes up with guns taped to his hands.
Of it, yeah.
And he's trapped in an action movie with guns taped to his hands and he can't get them off. Like, Daniel Radcliffe only wants to do the good weird.
And now he's doing the Weird Al.
Think about it.
I still think the casting is very strange. I do actually want to pull up those photos that leaked because they were rough looking.
Look it up, Saige. Look it up.
Don't. Guys, don't.
Look it up, Saige.
Don't.
Look it up.
No. You stop that right now.
Look it up, Saige. Look it up.
No, we've had a key change. Oh, God.
Look it up, Saige. Look it up.
Okay.
This is a parody film. This is a parody film.
Look at that. That's a parody film. Now, there were other photos that are not coming up for some reason. There they are.
This is a parody film.
This is a parody film. God damn it, you're all doing it in chat. Don't do it.
This is absolutely a parody film. This is going to be fun. There's just something that warms my heart about seeing Daniel Radcliffe and Weird Al hanging out while Daniel Radcliffe is dressed like Weird Al. Like, that makes me so happy. Why does that make me as happy as it makes me?
I don't know. There they are.
And they're just goofing around and they're having a good time.
He is next to Weird Al.
Dude, Weird Al is so tall.
It's hilarious that they didn't care. It's hilarious that they didn't cast a tall guy.
I love it.
I
got to interview him once.
Really?
Once for Star Wars Celebration. He was hilarious and wonderful.
I've told you my interactions with Weird Al, right?
No.
I have had 3 interactions with Weird Al.
You will be visited by 3 Weird Als.
Okay. So, The first interaction I ever had with Weird Al was I was like 12 and I was filming a movie, and the director of the movie knew I was a huge Weird Al fan and took me to like a signing he was doing nearby.
Mm-hmm.
He like broke the set for the day.
Yeah.
And was like, I am going to go take you to meet Weird Al. And it was very brief, and he signed my CD, and then we went back to work. It was one of those weird actor kids moments.
Yeah.
Real actor kid moment.
Okay.
The second time was him just walking around the Orange County Fair with his kids.
Mm-hmm.
Pleasant, delightful. The third time, I was standing on the red carpet for Twilight, New Moon. No, what's the last one? The
CG Baby one.
The second to last, the part one of the last movie of Twilight.
The one that's
Eclipse?
The one
New
that
Moon?
is
I don't know.
The one that is foreshadowing the CG Baby.
Correct. Breaking Dawn part 1. I was standing in line for the red carpet for Twilight Breaking Dawn part 1.
Mm-hmm.
And there is every celebrity on the fucking planet because it's Twilight at the time.
Yeah.
And I hear behind me the voice of Weird Al. And I think I'm like 16 at the time, maybe.
Yeah.
And like everybody, there's all of these like rappers and all of these like hugely fucking famous people walking around. And I hear Weird Al and I know it. And I'm standing perfectly still because I can hear that he is in line directly behind me. And I'm just like, I have to be cool. 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 I'm going to give a quick turn and a hello. And I'm going to turn back around. And then my mother goes, you have to get a photo. And I'm like, fuck.
Yes.
Me,
Listen.
16, embarrassed by existing.
But you know what? This is one of those moments where like the embarrassment of your own parents is actually good.
Yeah.
It's good that you have a photo with Weird Al because your mother in that moment was like, no, this is happening.
It's the same thing she did to me with Rhett and Link when I was a little younger.
You mean your bosses?
My current employers.
You mean
Rhett
your
and Link.
bosses who sign your checks?
My current yeah. The people who employ me, I was like 14, 15 and at an event, and it was the very beginning of YouTube, and I was a huge Rhett and Link fan.
Yeah.
And there were, again, all of these like fucking Kardashians and shit around. And I was like, those are the guys from YouTube. And she was like, great, go get a photo. I was like, please no, please no, please no. So somewhere there's a photo of like 14, 15-year-old me with my future employer. Oh
my God, the next time you're at the office, you have to bring that in.
One day I'll find it.
You have to do it.
One day
that
I'll
would be
find
so
it.
hilarious. Yeah, I'm psyched for this. Do I have to get a Roku channel? Do I have to buy a Roku?
If it isn't a parody, this is going to be the worst thing ever.
What do I? Roku?
Yeah. We'll trial Roku.
Is it Roku app now?
I don't know.
Roku TV for olds.
Yeah.
Roku box. Have Roku stick.
Is my TV powered by Roku? I think it is. I think the smart TV portion of my TV is Roku. I don't know. Anyways, isn't the Roku channel free? I have no idea.
Nobody knows anything about Roku except that the Weird Al movie is coming out on it.
We should do something special when it happens.
Do I look like somebody's mom? I don't know Roku.
They've just wrapped filming, I believe, or at least they're still filming. It's in production right now, so it's going to be a while before we get this. And Weird Al's just giving little updates on his own social media, which is real nice.
I love that. One additional thing.
One additional thing?
Last week, I did ask for a Sparkle Saige to be made.
I was trying to remember the context of why you asked for a Sparkle Saige to be made.
The context was that you had it was the new glasses or the new hair, and you were feeling cute.
Oh.
And so it was like, yeah, we need a slow zoom with the diffusion and the sparkles. And Mr. Parmy in the Discord gave us a Sparkle Saige.
It sparkles.
Look at that.
Thank you.
What a Sparkle Saige.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all for doing that. We love when you make stuff like that. We love when you hang out in the Discord no matter what.
That's true. We love when you suggest stories of stuff that you want to see us talk about. We want to talk about things that you want to see us talk about. Yeah. That's the point of the show.
Pax Kryptonia is the person who left the Apple employees unionizing in the Discord. So thank you for suggesting that. Yeah. And thank you to Mr. Parmy, and thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody.
Babies.
Thank you to the
showing up.
Thank you to the 3 ghosts of Weird Al that visited me in the night and showed me the errors of my ways.
He's a very nice man.
He's a very nice man.
He's just the most pleasant man ever.
Saige.
Yes.
When all this isn't happening, all this, whatever this is.
Whatever this is.
When you're not doing this, what are you doing?
You can find me everywhere on the internet at Not Saige. I stream over on my channel. You can find me this afternoon on the Crown channel. I will be on twitch.tv/Crown from 3 to 5 p.m. Pacific hosting Crown Arcade. You can find me tomorrow for the Black Dice Society and right here on Friday for Failed Save, our Dungeons & Dragons 5e, barely a real game, mostly just bullshit game with Anthony and a bunch of our other really incredibly talented friends. If you like D&D, come on by. If you've never seen D&D, you've never played D&D, you probably won't be lost. There's very little rules.
If you don't like D&D, come on by.
Give it another go. We might be the thing that changes it, because mostly we're just goofing.
We just goofing and vibing and goofing.
That's it. So that'll be live at 7 p.m. Pacific on Friday, and I hope we will see you there. Anthony, where can they find you?
Oh, my stars and garters, thank you for asking. You can find me everywhere on the internet at a Carboni, except for here on Sage. Here on Sage? except for here with Sage, where I'm not a Carboni. I'm a completely different person when I'm here.
Yes.
When I'm here, I'm family. Except for here on Twitch, where I am at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine. Give it back to me. Fridays, I have a science comedy podcast with Jeff Kanata called We Have Concerns. Check that out. It's at wehaveconcerns.com. And I've been thinking about like getting my penny board out. The weather's been nice, so you might see me doing that.
All right. Okay.
I don't know.
We are going to go through and we are going to thank everybody who supported us during the show today, right, Anthony? You've probably got it over there.
I can't log in.
Oh, I thought you had it pulled up.
No, that was for my channel.
Anthony. I thought you had it. You were like, look, I got it.
I was like, no, I was showing you where it is. I was showing you where it is on Stream Elements because you were like, how do we get to that?
Well, that feels silly. Well, that feels silly if I'm honest.
There you go, just right there. We got it.
Okay, we are going to go through and we are going to thank everyone who supported us during the show today. Of course, just showing up is the best way to do so. That's all you have to do is just show up for the show, hang out and watch. But it's a little bit above and beyond that a couple of people went during the show today.
Yeah, thank you, Kaylin Rohr, for the tip saying y'all don't need to do that dance. Get a treat instead. Treats are dope. We do deserve treats.
You're right.
Chris Genie with the tip. Thank you so much. Moon Kid with the tip. Jesse PB with the tip saying, computer sad? I deserve a treat. We do. We all deserve treats.
We sure do.
Fabio's Butter with the resubscribe for 8 months. Thank you so much. Danny Boy's Calling Pipes gifting the tier 1 sub to eSinger 2. You are all trapped here now. And also tier 1 sub to Pills and Advice. Welcome back, Pills and Advice. Danny Boy's Calling Pipes with the tip saying sugar breakfast monies and Elden Ring hype.
So much hype. Thank you.
So much hype for Elden Ring. Oh my God.
We love you.
Kaylin Rohr with the 300 bits. Scott Davis with the resub for 14 months. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, Scott. Tyler Eichenberg with the resub for 4 months. Thank you. Moon Kid with the tip saying breakfast candy money. That Moon Kid gifting 5 subs. Ooh. We appreciate that a lot. Jesse PB with the resub for 6 months saying, wow, all these forever pickles are so cute, smart, and have a butt that just won't quit. It's true. It's true. And if you say you're not a pickle, that means you didn't get that compliment. Now what do you do? 54 Aqua Snakes with the gift with the 2 gift subs. Kaylin Rohr with 300 bits. That Moon Kid with the tier 1 gift sub. Sir Ross the Weary with the resub for 14 months. That's a long time, Sir Ross the Weary. Thank you.
Thank you so much to everybody who supported us today. Thank you for being here. Join the Discord. It is free. Jump over on our social media and hey.
Sorry, one more. Not the real Dan Lynch subscribing for 5 months saying 5 months of syncing my clock to the correct 8 a.m. Just didn't want to leave that out.
I thought that said 2 days and not 2 hours because it goes directly to 2 days after. Jumped a number. All right. Thank you, everybody, so much for supporting us during the show today. We've been releasing some weird cryptic shit over on Twitter. Follow at the Pixel Circus on Twitter. The link is in chat right now. Or if you're watching later on YouTube, if this makes it to YouTube, even though we broke up the show in the middle, that'll be available in the link in the description. We put up a little landing page on our website that has a button for you to click. The people who clicked it, the people who signed up, got an email this morning with secrets in it. Congratulations. Your first round of secrets has arrived in your email inbox. Check it out. Hey. Come back and join us on Friday. We love and appreciate you very much. Thank you for starting your morning with us.
That's my secret wink.
Bye,
It's subtle.